Welcome to the webinar organized by Ekotechnika and s.r.o, and thank you very much for your time you will spend with us on this webinar. The first part of the webinar will be dedicated to the very short introduction of both companies, and the second part, which is the main part of this webinar, will be realized by the experts from s.r.o, and will be focused of three products which are now on the slide: the brain portable inclinometer, mind readout, and CRD 400 readouts. One more question: can you hear this slide or not?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, you can see. Thank you. So the purpose of this webinar. Why this webinar? Our idea is to launch the serial of the webinars, most probably on every 3 months basis, which will be strongly dedicated to the technical informations and be focused on the specific kind of equipment which we should consider most common on our market, or most innovative, or from any other reason interesting for our customers. To provide the strong focus on the technical quality, we ask the experts from s.r.o to help us with this presentation and provide it for us. So the target of this webinar is provide almost hands-on user experience. Here on the next slide is very short presentation of both companies. So the Ekotechnika, where I'm working as a sales manager since 2010, is on the Czech and Slovak market since 1997. During these years, the Ekotechnika became the market leader in the many scientific areas, mainly in hydrogeo, geotechnics, geological and hydrological deliveries of the equipment. If you will need any more information, you can find it on our website. The s.r.o was founded in 1993 in Italy, and at this moment, personally, I consider this company as one of the top geotechnical producers worldwide, and I really appreciate their focus to provide the most innovative products on the market, and simply don't stay in the same products. So this is one of the strong points of these companies. I would say that many of you knows the s.r.o because their products and solutions are well known in many projects realized in the past in both Czech and Slovak markets. One more and for us very important information, and the thing we are very proud is that the Ekotechnika became the exclusive distributor for Slovak Republic and the preferred distributor for Czech Republic. So any inquiries and informations you will want to receive, you can ask us directly, and we will be happy to provide you quotations and any support as is typical in our company. So at this moment, my presentation is finished. This was only the intro to the webinar, and I would like to ask Mr. Giovanni Caloni from s.r.o to share his presentation.
Okay, thank you, Tomasz. Welcome to everybody. Thank you for the invitation. We are really proud to be here to present our innovative product. Now I open my presentation on the product that Tomasz introduced. So brain inclinometer system, mind readout, and CRD400 readout. I will share my screen, and I appreciate, Tomasz, if you can confirm that you can see my screen.
Okay. Yes, we can see your presentation.
Okay.
Confirm.
One moment. Could you see the presentation full screen now?
Yes, it is full screen.
Okay, fantastic. So today we will speak about our brain inclinometer system, mind advanced readout, and CRD400 readout. A small introduction by myself. My name is Giovanni Caloni. I'm actually the customer care manager of s.r.o company. I also am the person in charge for the technical documentation, and I'm working here from more than 20 years. So I feel like a part of the story of this company. So let's start from BRAIN. BRAIN is an acronym, means borehole readout array for inclinometers, but also BRAIN is the name chosen because we like to give the idea that our system is very intelligent, let's say. What is? BRAIN is not only an inclinometer system. BRAIN is an inclinometer reel with different length of cables, able to manage the inclinometer probe, but also T-Rex extensometer probe and spiral meters. But we will speak about spiral meters and T-Rex extensometer probe in other webinars. What's new with the BRAIN system that is in our production from almost 5 years now, 4 or 5 years, that the BRAIN is managed thanks to our mobile phone that every one of us have in our pocket. So the inclinometer system is then composed by the BRAIN app installed on your mobile that can be Android operative system or iOS operative system, the Bluetooth reel, so the BRAIN reel, and our digital inclinometer probe. I underline digital because the old analog probe, I mean MEMS analog probe and analog servo accelerometer probe, cannot be managed by BRAIN system. But believe in me, with this system, the MEMS digital probe have the same performance of an old servo accelerometer probe, but are 4 times faster. Here is just to underline another time that the BRAIN app can be is available on both Google Play, so for Android, iOS mobile, and on the App Store of Apple, so on for the iOS mobile. These are just few snapshots of the app. If you want, later we can focus on some snapshot or some particular point of the app, but this is not the point of our presentation today. So the main view of the app is this one. Here in the presentation that then I will share are described all the parts of the app. Here is more zoomed. So I think that for all the persons that are how to say, acquainted with the inclinometer readings, you have on just one screen all the information. So you know the site where you are, the cube that you are using, the run, so A3B3. You have the checksum. You have the reading on A channel and B channel. You have the temperature of the probe in the borehole. You have the position of the probe in the borehole. You have here a scheme of the borehole. You have one full read concluded, so A1, B1. Then you turn a probe of 180 degrees, and you are at this position in the borehole. So you have in one shot all the information that you need during the inclinometers readings. And believe in me, the experience is really simple and fast. Fast because the system take just 2 or 3 seconds to stabilize the readings. So you have to invest, let me say, only 2 or 3 seconds for each position when you read the inclination of the probe. So reading one inclinometer casing of 30 meters in 2 keyways is so fast. You take less than 10 minutes, believe in me. And this is another experience instead of the old inclinometer system. This is a particular part of the brain reel, is the core of the brain reel, where you can see how simple is it. So you have the on-off button, the LED for local notification, so blue when connected, green when waiting, red something not working, and you have the charger connector. That's it. The reel is so simple. I would like also to underline, the blue light cable, because we have 2 models of inclinometer cable, the light one and the heavy duty one. The light one is the most preferred by the customers due to his lightness, but he is robust enough for many applications, and with his weight, you are able, for example, to have a complete brain reel, I mean cable plus reel, 60-meter cable, 6 kilograms only, 6 kilograms only. So it's so light, it's so light. A zoom also on the inclinometer probe that is robust and have high performances. It is waterproof.
Hey Giovanni, short note. We can't hear you. You are without the sound now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's fine now.
Okay, I don't know what happens. Sorry. No, I'm speaking about the inclinometer probe. I don't know where my words arrive. Anyway, I just wanted to underline that all the probe produced in SysGeo and all the probes coming back for the maintenance and for the calibration are tested in our water chamber up to 2 megapascal, means 200 meters of column of water. So you are absolutely sure that your system is waterproof. All the systems are tested. So the waterproof is not only on the paper, because we test one system every 100, but we test every single systems. Another note, the common length of the probe is 500 millimeters, so half meter, but also the 1 meter length probe is available. Okay. Which are the advantages of brain system, the new system, instead versus the old systems? For example, the operating time. The battery of the brain system can work continuously for 96 hours. Believe in me, I forget to recharge the reel. I recharge it once per month, but just because I place a note in my agenda, not because it needs to be charged. With the old system, it's possible that after 2 days of work, you arrive in the middle of the readings and you have discharged the battery. So this is one very big advantage. Another advantage is the weight. The old readout, that was a good readout, but had heavy weight, so 2 kilos. Now the readout is your mobile, that is around 200 grams, so it's nothing, really nothing. And you have on your display much more information than ever. So you have all the information available on your display. And another advantage, that it is not so, how to say, simple to understand on the data sheet or for the inclinometer system. But believe in me, I use the inclinometer system, and this is the big advantage, is the easy data sharing. I mean, when I've finished to take an inclinometer readings, I have it in the memory of my mobile, but I can immediately share with my colleague, with my customer, with anyone, with any app available on my mobile. So I can send through email, I can send through, I don't know, the WhatsApp, I can push my reading in a cloud, in the OneDrive, in the Drive, in the Dropbox, or any kind of app that you have installed on your mobile that allow to share the files. This is really an incredible advantage. And another very big advantage of the brain system is that it is obviously fully compatible with the Clion data management software that was developed with the brain system, and it is developed just after the issuing of the new ISO standards, because we was in the technical committee that write the international ISO standards, so that we wait that the standards is published, and then we present our inclinometer system fully compliant with the ISO standards. And this is very important. I don't know how many of our competitors, I'm speaking about England, about Canadian, about Americans, about Indian, about, I don't know, whatever, Koreans, Japanese, are compliant with these high-level standards. This is what I'm speaking about. And now I just would like to show you some snapshot of the software. Then you can, for example, go on our website, download it, and request a 1 month full free usage of the software before paying it. So you can install, use for one month, and choose if the software is good or not for you. This is another advantage that I don't know that any other competitor do that. So, for example, in our software, we have a page dedicated to the location. So we pay the Google Map in order to have the location where the tube is installed. And on the map appears the main direction of the displacement of the tube and the direction of the displacement of the upper point of the tube. We have not only the table's number, but also the plots of the checksum. You know that the checksum is a kind of signature of the inclinometer casing, so are so important to understand if my reading was taken correctly and if the quality of my reading is good. We have the plots of, this is only an example, this is an example of the plots of the cumulative readings and relative readings in A direction, in north direction, east direction, and total direction. I mean north and east and not A and B, because the ISO standards say that the data shall be presented in north and east directions. Then, thanks to the menu here up, you can also choose for the A and B, insert the azimuth, insert whatever. You can choose, change the labels, so you can do anything. We have also another very interesting things that it is not requested by the ISO, it is not requested by many technicians that use the inclinometer systems, but you can plot a 3D view of the deformation of all your readings. And in some cases, believe in me, they help a lot to understand the behavior of the casing in the time, in the depth. This is quite interesting. You can also plot deformation over time. So it's another kind of view of the plots. You can choose 3 different depths of the casing, and they are plotted in the time. So, for example, if for you the most interesting points are the lower point, the main deformation point, and the upper point, so you can plot them. And last but not least, you can produce customized reports compliant with the ISO 18674-3 standards. The reports have a cover with all the main information. You have all the data table information. You have the plots of north, east, the plots of the checksums. You have the plots of in polar way. So you have all the information needed. Then you can export the reports in PDF if you like it as it is, or you can export it in Word format, for example, and you can customize as you want the presentation. So zooming a plot, erasing a table, changing the red in blue if you don't like the red, and so on. So I've finished the brain very fast presentation. I'm asking you to let any question at the end. In this way, we finish all the presentation, and then we can collect all the questions. Now, we can speak about mind readout. This is another, in my point of view, one of the most advanced, developed technology in SysGeo in the last 10 years. It's a 1 kilo's weighting readout, able to read any kind of sensor, analog, digital, chain of digital sensor, and is able to read and store data to plot some simple graph. Now we can see it. So mind is a small box, able to read anything, as I said before, and can be managed simply with, again, your mobile that you have in your pocket. Now, Mind app is available only for Android, but in a few time, I hope in 1 month, it is arriving also for the iOS operating systems. Again, Mind is compatible with any kind of s.r.o sensors, and so is, I can say, 8 or 90% of the competitors' sensors. And the usage is really simple, user-friendly, and the experience of usage is very nice instead of the old readout. No, I just would like to underline, sorry, one thing that I really appreciate about Mind. When you are under reading, for example, when we are in this screen, you can just tilt your mobile and the plot of the readings appear on the screen. I appreciate so much this, really appreciate it. Here are a list of advantages. I don't want to say everything, but for example, you can read immediately your analog sensor through the QR code that we supply with the sensor. Just take the picture of the QR code, and the reading in engineering unit appears on the screen. You can, for example, take through the GPS of the mobile the exact position of your sensor. You can read multiplexer, of course, s.r.o multiplexers. Multiplexer is a multi-channel electronic board where you can connect up to 24 sensors. So you can connect the Mind readout on a multiplexer and read all the sensors connected. You can also, when you connect vibrating wire sensor, do a spectrum analysis of the vibration of the sensor. So you are able to understand if the sensor are in good health or bad health, and if you have some noises that interfere with the sensor. I go ahead because we can stay here to speak, I don't know, half day about these features. I would like, with this page, to focus on the self-configuration through the QR code. When with your app installed on your mobile, you just click on the quick measure, select automatic. With the camera of the mobile, you take the picture of the QR code applied on your sensor, and the configuration is done. Clicking on next, you will see the reading of the sensor directly in engineering unit. I mean, in millimeter, in angle, in kPa, or whatever. And another focus on the spectrum analysis of the vibrating wire sensor. When you are on the screen of reading the vibrating wire sensor, just push the button FFT, means fast Fourier transform, and the plot of the analysis of the spectrum appears. You can pitch to zoom the plot, and you can see that, for example, in this case, you have the sensor reading the main wave and a small noise. So you know that in the position where your sensor is installed, there are something that can give noises to your sensor. This is very important for the troubleshooting at site. Now about the mind readout, I finished, and now a few words about our old and small but very simple and important CRD 400 readout. CRD 400 readout is a single channel readout that is able to read analog cis-geo instruments. So CRD 400 is able to read vibrating wire sensor, 4 to 20 milliamp sensor, millivolt sensors, but is not able to read all the new digital sensors. I underline this, CRD 400 is not able to read digital sensors. You have very the main information on the screen. For example, you can choose which is the output of the sensor that you have to read. You have the percentage of charge of the internal battery, the actual data, and the internal temperature of the readout. The readout, like all cis-geo readout, guide the user on how to connect the sensor's wire on the reading cable. And then the reading of the sensor is clearly appearing on the screen. Here is a summarized table with the main differences between the new mind readout and the CRD 400. Yes, I built up this table to underline what mind do and what CRD 400 do not do. Does not do, sorry. To underline all the main feature of the new readout. Anyway, CRD 400 remain in our sales program because it's cheap, simple to use, and is good for many applications. But I repeat, not for reading digital sensors. I have finished. I hope that I don't take too much time.
So thank you for your time. Have a nice day. Hope we will see you later.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.